Hi, I'm Steven with Interfit, and in this video we're going to give you a detailed look at some of the major features of the Honey Badger, as well as a simple explanation as to what some of these specs mean and how they can help you as a photographer. So let's start with the flash power. The Honey Badger is a 320 watt-second flash head with a guide number of 148. Great. What does that really tell us? A watt-second is simply a measurement of energy storage capacity and doesn't necessarily correlate to brightness. And a guide number can be easily manipulated to give us enhanced readings. So in the real world, they don't really tell us what we should expect from a light. Well, here's a real-world scenario. We're going to set up the Honey Badger with the 24-inch softbox that's included. We're going to use both diffusers, set it up 3 feet away, and set our light meter to ISO 100. When we turn the Honey Badger up to full power, it gives us a reading of f22. But we don't always want to shoot at f22. That's where the power range comes into play. The Honey Badger has a 7-stop power range, whereas most traditional studio flashes only have a 5-stop range. So what does that mean, and how is that important to us as photographers? Well, every time you lower your flash power by 1 stop, you are cutting your light output in half. So by having these 2 extra stops of power, you can cut your light in half 2 more times than you could with a 5-stop range. This allows us to shoot at shallower depths of field and open apertures, and also bring your lights in closer than you could otherwise. So let's go back to our scenario we set up before. With the Honey Badger in the same place as it was before, with the same softbox, but at lowest power, we can shoot at f2.8. Traditional studio strobes would only allow us to shoot at f5.6. So having these 2 extra stops really opens up a lot of creative opportunities. There are several ways to trigger the Honey Badger. You can use the optical slave cell, which reads a flash pulse from another light in order to trigger this flash. You could use a sync cable, which actually creates a physical connection between the light and your camera. Or you could use a third-party remote with a receiver plugged into the back of the unit. All of these are fine, but they all have their shortcomings. The best way to trigger the Honey Badger, and the only way to really unlock the potential of the light, is to use one of the Interfit remotes. The Honey Badger has a built-in radio receiver that is on the same frequency as the S1 and the S1A. This allows you to use all of these lights together. This also means you can use any of the Interfit TTL remotes or the new Interfit manual remote to control your flash power, adjust the modeling lamp, and turn on and off the beep functions, as well as control multiple lights in individual groups. If you do decide to use one of the Interfit remotes to fire the Honey Badger, be sure to watch our follow-up video, as it's going to go over all of the remote functions. Next, we're going to take a look at the modeling lamp. The Honey Badger uses a 60-watt LED proportional daylight balanced modeling lamp. That is a mouthful, so we're going to take it piece by piece. We used an LED modeling lamp because they're more efficient than traditional tungsten lamps. So although this LED is only pulling 60 watts, it's producing the same brightness as a 300-watt tungsten lamp. So what does that mean from a practical standpoint? Well, we'll get to that in a bit. Having a proportional modeling lamp means the brightness increases and decreases with the flash power. It's pretty simple. So as you increase your flash power, the modeling lamp gets brighter. As you decrease your flash power, the modeling lamp gets dimmer. This is really useful when you're using multiple lights because it allows you to visualize your lighting ratios. So why did we use a daylight balanced LED instead of a warmer tungsten look? Well, it's because the flash tube was daylight balanced and we wanted the LED to give an accurate representation of the flash color. This also means that you can use the LED modeling lamp as a continuous light source without having to switch back and forth between a tungsten white balance and a daylight white balance in your camera. This also means that you can mix flash and LED together when using multiple Honey Badgers without having to use color correction gels. So how bright is the modeling lamp? Using the same test parameters as we used to measure the flash power, the Honey Badger's 60-watt LED measures f1.4. If you need to shoot at higher f-stops, you can always increase your ISO. Which brings us to our next feature. The flash button lets you turn off the flash function and just use the LED modeling lamp as a continuous light source. And you might say, well, that seems a little gimmicky. Couldn't I just take the remote off camera and then the flash wouldn't fire? Yeah, you could, but by turning off the flash function instead, You get to keep the remote on camera, which enables you to continue to make power adjustments to the brightness of the LED without having to run back and forth to the back of the light and turn it up. Furthermore, and this is the really cool part, it allows you to mix LED and flash together in the same shot. For example, say you're doing a headshot and your client wants a clean white background, but they also want, that cool look where my eyes are in focus but everything else isn't. You can turn off the flash function on one Honey Badger and just use the modeling lamp for your main light in order to shoot at f1.4 and get that soft look. You can then use another Honey Badger as a flash to blow out the background. It's just another way the Honey Badger adds versatility and value to us as photographers. The modifier mount for the Honey Badger is a first for studio strobes. It features an outer lip that allows you to use pop-up softboxes like the one we've included. Now, these style of softboxes are very popular among speedlight photographers because they're very quick and easy to set up and they don't have any rods to mess with. Well, we found that these softboxes fit perfectly over our glass dome, plus studio photographers appreciate a quick setup softbox as well, so it really just made sense. This softbox lip is a standard size, so if you have any pop-up softboxes from other manufacturers, they're going to fit just fine on here. To mount a pop-up softbox to your Honey Badger, simply pull the four corners of the softbox over the lip one by one. Now, these pop-up softboxes are 24 inches by 24 inches, so they're perfect for headshots or even half-body portraits. But if you wanted to use any larger modifiers, softboxes, octaboxes, beauty dishes, snoots, or any kind of hard reflector, you can also use the Bowens mount. Now, we went with the Bowens mount on the Honey Badger because it's the same modifier mount used with the S1 and the S1A. So if you have any modifiers you've purchased for those, you can also use them on the Honey Badger. Everything's perfectly compatible. To use a Bowens S-type mount modifier with the Honey Badger, simply align the three prongs, push it in, and rotate it clockwise until you hear it click into place. If you want to remove the modifier, you'll simply pull back the modifier release, rotate counterclockwise, and pull it away from the light. The umbrella mount on the Honey Badger uses tension to hold everything in place, so there's no small screws or knobs to worry about. You can use any umbrella. Most umbrellas have a shaft diameter of 8 millimeters, and Elinchrom users, if you have an Elinchrom umbrella, it has a shaft diameter of 7 millimeters. You can use that as well. There's plenty of tension to keep everything in place. All right, thanks for watching this detailed overview of our new Honey Badger. Visit our website for more product information and a full list of specifications, as well as a downloadable PDF instruction manual. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.